Good morning, LinkedIn family. Good morning, Facebook family. And good afternoon to LinkedIn family as well, depending on where you're at in the world. If you're like Dr. Irene, you're in the middle of Croatia, where it's almost time for dinner. Today's kind of a special Coffee with Bob Live, mostly because I really enjoy having Dr. Irene on, and because I really believe in what she does. Yep. And I think more people need to get to know her and need to follow her and need to, quite honestly, be coached by her. So what I wanted to do today, I wanted to really feature her because you need to connect, you need to follow her, you definitely need to engage with her. And I wanted to talk about some of the reasons why. She's building an amazing series of programs that she is getting ready to launch soon. And personally, I want to do whatever I can to help support that. So, Dr. Irene, welcome. Thank you for coming on board and taking time from your beautiful day out in Croatia. It's a beautiful day here in the Chicagoland area too. So I guess we're both on beautiful days. But I really appreciate it.
No, thanks for having me here, Bob.
So let's just jump right into it. Let's talk about this program that you're putting together.
So first, I want to say that, thank you so much for supporting us, the Stress to Success Shift Institute. Our mission, and which really truly is to empower billions to transform their lives and well-being directly or indirectly. And so as part of that, it was understanding that I couldn't do it all on my own. Right. As you said, it's that one connection or multiple connections. Right. And so I have been building a dream team, a dream team where we could truly guide and mentor our clients to shift into success mode and up level in every area of their life. And that team we're about to unveil them to the world and introduce them. And I am so jazzed because number one, it can be lonely, right? It's like when it's just the you show, right? And so we have doctors who specialize in functional medicine, neurology, fitness, hormones. We have financial coaches, business coaches, like, in other words, really, truly relationship coaches. We have rock stars in their own rights in every area. And I can't wait for the world to get to know them and to benefit from them as part of the Stress to Success Shift Institute. And so as part of that, we're ramping up a series of live workshops today, tomorrow, Thursday, all at noon Eastern. And it's so that you can have a taste of what the Institute is all about and the benefits that they provide, that we provide. And so today's workshop, which is free, by the way, is all on firing up your focus. So if you have been feeling drained and, maybe brain fog, can't remember things worth diddly, maybe you go to the fridge and, you're standing there looking in there before you even realize that you're doing it. In other words, all of those are symptoms that you've lost your focus. More importantly, they're symptoms that you're under stress and in survival mode. And one of the things that I teach is that you cannot be in success mode and be in survival mode at the same time. So I know there are people that feel that stress gives them an edge. And, we'll talk about that more, right? Because there is your stress energy that is like your superpower. And it's how you use it or be abused by it that really matters. So what we are teaching in today's workshop is how to fire up your focus again so that you can think straight, think logically, come up with creative solutions to the very challenges you're facing, make good decisions, act on those decisions, and really calm down the emotions that would get in the way of that laser focus that you need. So that is what it's all about. And hey, Krista, I just saw that Krista said, "Hey, that's awesome." And Krista's like another one who's amazing at
She is, yeah.
at helping people transform their lives, their business, their success. So thanks for joining us, Krista. At some
Yeah,
point, we're
always
going to have
happy
you
to.
on here.
Yeah, I keep trying to get her to jump on, but our schedules have not really lined up. But I'm working on it because I'd love that.
Well, you know, because Krista's in France and I'm in
Yep.
Croatia right now. So, Krista, maybe you and I need to have like a live and
That's a
have
great
fun
idea.
chatting.
That's a great idea. Krista's got she actually does audio on LinkedIn as well now too. She's got one of those
Wow.
licenses. She's lucky enough, and I've been on that once with her, and she does amazing stuff, and for all kinds of people. She's just like you in that regard.
Awesome. Well, Krista, we're going to make it happen. Oh, and Simone is on as well.
Yep.
Hopefully I pronounced it right. Awesome. So today's free live virtual workshop is all on how to fire up your focus. And so make sure you register, even if you have registered in the past for my, Mental Health Awareness Month. Absolutely. That's why we're doing these, because we really, really want to help people crush their goals and enjoy their life at the same time. So getting more organized. Tell me, it's like, Krista, I don't know about you, but for me, I've been, I get mixed up because especially when you do like the 24-hour clock. So then I'm like, okay, I need to subtract 12 and then I need to figure out, okay, what is that in Eastern time? So I get it. So register, even if you have registered for one of the Institute's workshops in the past, because this is a new stream and we need to know how many people are going to be there. So even if you're jumping on at the last minute, register, please. Even if you can't make it live, because we know you're busy, right? Stressed overachievers. Register anyway, and you will get the recording of it. And so that's our promise. And then we have another live workshop tomorrow on how to crush your career goals. We have one on Thursday on how to hack your health, which is, as Krista said, very, very important, crucial, because this is Mental Health Awareness Month, right? So, and the reason why we chose these three this week is because they all play into stress and burnout. As I said, you can't be in success mode if you're in survival mode. It just doesn't work that way. Physiologically, even your executive rockstar team in your brain is like, it's literally taken offline. It's like giving yourself a frontal lobotomy. And so you can't think straight. You can't think, come up with creative solutions. You can't make good decisions and act on them and follow through and keep that laser focus that is so necessary. So that is why we chose those three topics for this week, is because we truly want to help as many people as possible with their mental health, with the stress, right? So that they can then use their stress as their superpower rather than having it abuse them. Bob, you know me, I'm a geek when it comes to superheroes, right? You know me, and Yoda especially. And one of the best analogies is, are you going to use the Force for good, or are you going to turn to the dark side like Annie did and Anakin Skywalker? And he thought he was in control. And the reality was the dark side controlled him and took over him. So that is what is so, so important about this, right? I truly believe that we are all designed for success. We are all designed to be superheroes in our own rights. And our job is to make sure that happens.
Yeah. And I think part of the problem is societal, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, it's ingrained in us from school on that you have to have grit, you have to have drive, you have to power through everything, which is not, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing necessarily, but we're also not given the tools and how to deal with that. And I'm actually talking about this from a position of having taken your courses, having been coached by you and continually coached by you, that I know it works. I know it helps. That's why I'm one of your biggest cheerleaders. That's why I want to have you on, and I want people to register for this, and I want people to be coached by you because you get results, right? You help people, and I think that's important. I mean, people probably are sick of hearing me tell this story, but one of the benefits, one of the wonderful side effects of your exercises, of your coaching, was that it helped relieve some of my MS symptoms that medication could not. That's the amazing thing, and I'll shout that to the mountaintops because it's worked. And I think there are people out there today even watching this on the replay, that has maybe not necessarily MS symptoms like I do, but maybe they do, but has something going on in their life that's stress induced, that is causing their bodies to fail on them in some way, shape, or form. And I totally believe that your mission to eliminate that works.
Thank you for your your amazing testimonial. Well, and that's so important, right? Because I can spew words till the cows come home, and the reality is that your testimony and others who have worked with me, and I have to admit, as a doctor, I'm really bad at asking for testimonials because for the longest time, it went against confidentiality, right? When I was in physical practice, so I wasn't allowed to. So thank you so much for offering and following through with that. And you bring up a really great point. And yes, Krista, stress kills. In fact, it not only caused my physical burnout and our catastrophic car accident, because I lost consciousness due to a physical condition I didn't know. It literally almost took my son's lives as well as mine, because I was, they were in the car with me. So absolutely. And what people don't realize, and yes, mental and emotional health is so important. And one of the reasons why I am so passionate about heading that off, like with Mental Health Awareness Month, is that it's really like the canary in the coal mine. In other words, it's the harbinger of something deeper, darker, more dangerous. And it's been well proven. We've known for over 80 years with solid research that include like autopsies and surgeries and everything, that stress causes our top 10 killers globally. Right? In other words, physically. So if you ignore the canary in the coal mine, right, the mental and and emotional health challenges that come with stress and burnout, the next step, and it may take a short time, like it did with me, because I lost consciousness at a very inopportune time, or it could take 20 years. The reality is, it's well known that chronic stress leads to adrenal exhaustion, leads to increased weight gain, metabolic syndrome, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, autoimmune conditions, increased viral conditions, and cancer because of a depressed immune system. And then, while you may not necessarily die from it, massively impact you as far as pain and inflammation in your body. And the inflammation can lead to things like Alzheimer's, right? Alzheimer's in cutting edge circles is now looked at as diabetes type 3. In other words, it's another one of those long-term sequelae, complications of diabetes. So just naming them, you can see that all of those are like, yep. I hit like the top killers around the world, unless you're somewhere dying, with, malnutrition or something like that, or trauma from wars is higher up on the list. So that's why this is so important. The other thing that I want to need to emphasize, is that, and I used to be one of these, hence my crash and burn, the belief that I could muscle through, I could push through. I call it the gauntlet mentality. Like you said, Bob, that we have to prove that we're strong enough, that we've got what it takes, that we need to achieve to be worthy, to be valuable, to be lovable, right? And the most important thing to understand is that you cannot have true success in your career and wealth even without true success in your health and energy, in your relationships, in your personal life. And that is not just frou-frou, la-di-da, right? I've seen it time and time again with my clients. And if I may use you as an example, Bob, you first came to me with burnout, and you recognized that that you needed help with that. So that's why we started working together, and you started taking the programs. And I didn't even know about the MS at first, the multiple sclerosis. And remember I said autoimmune conditions are a physical complication of chronic stress. Multiple sclerosis is an autoimmune condition, right? So the burnout was not just affecting you in your business, it was already affecting you and impacting you in your health and energy, as well as, whether you could shut off in your personal life, what it was doing to your relationships. And even if somebody hasn't reached that point where they have actual symptoms, physical symptoms of what I call flame out syndrome, the catastrophic version of burnout when it goes beyond the mental and emotional, right? It guaranteed it's impacting you in other areas, right? That is why it's so important to head it off at the pass. I don't want to wait for y'all to hit the wall like I did. I'll happily help you and guide you, as my team will, if that's the case. And at the same time, our mission is to prevent it from ever reaching that, because when it's at the mental and emotional stage, we can still back it off, right? It becomes, once it goes to the complication of the physical conditions, we can still help you reverse. When I say we guide you in reversing it, because even though we have amazing doctors on our team, on our faculty, we make it very clear this is not a doctor-patient relationship, right? It's all about teaching you the tools to help yourself and guiding you in that journey. And yes, Krista, I'm so happy you're here. DM me, please, and let's really, really rock and roll. Let's change the world. I know I've been talking a lot. You can tell I'm fired up, right? My focus is already fired up because I'm like, ugh, that's what I want to talk about. So
Well, it's something that needs to be talked about. I think, there's tons of, I know a lot of coaches. I do. I mean, my network is full of them, and because I believe in coaching. Krista's a coach. She coaches
she's an amazing
entrepreneurs
coach.
on getting their business going, and she's amazing. And and I'm happy to promote her because I think she does important things too. But I think one of the things that's lacking as far as coaches, at least in my network, are concerned, are the coaches that help deal with your mental health, right? That help deal with your stress and your burnout. I think that makes you wholly unique in at least within my sphere of influence on LinkedIn, right? I do think that makes you unique, and it's you need to be out there, right? People need to hear you. They need to follow you. They need to read all the material that you put out there. I mean, you put out there so much to help people that they don't even have to pay for it. It's right there. Like the workshops that you're doing this week, all of that you're doing on your own dime, free of charge, just to help people. And I promise you all out there, by the end of the workshop, you're going to want to dive in deeper because you'll see the impact. You'll feel the impact. And this stuff takes time, right? It takes practice. It's all the stuff that you'll learn this week. You'll feel something. I promise. You'll feel something, but it's also long-term coaching that you really need and that you provide. That's amazing. It's the rinse and repeat type of cycle. Well,
did you get sick and tired of me saying that, Bob?
no.
Rather rinse and repeat.
Right, because it's
Yeah.
true. It's true. And I'll be the first to admit that, I have to go back to the coaching, to the recordings, and to use the insight timers that you provide. I have to go back to those because you can't do it on your own. You just can't.
And that's an important thing, crucial point, Bob, and thank you for bringing it up. And that is that and I say this with all the love in my heart because I used to be one. And I know you used to be one too, Bob. And that is, so many people, especially those purpose-driven high achievers like we are, really, truly don't feel that we can ask for help. And, I'm going to say in my case, and I'll call a spade for me. It was like, I didn't want to ask for help because that would hurt my ego. To have to admit that I needed help. Ooh, that stung. And that's why there's no judgment. There's no shame, right? And I guarantee, this is a guarantee that's on all of my programs, that if you're not happy and you don't see the results, I'll refund you. No questions asked. And I do that so that, we can get past the frustration that, especially we coaches and doctors, that we're so used to helping others. And that frustration of why can't I help myself? I remember one coach, amazing coach that I worked with, and said that she literally was tears brimming over, but it was tears of frustration because she was like, I don't get it. I help everyone else. Why can't I help myself? And I was like, that's because we all need guides. We all need mentors. That's why I say, I'm not doing this for you. I left physical practice behind, much as I loved it, because I would rather empower people and teach them the tools and resources they need to help themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And what I realize, even though we've been talking about burnout and stress, and it is Mental Health Awareness Month, remember I said you cannot be in success mode if you are in survival mode or stress mode. Yeah, Krista, like looking for an employee who thrives under stress. Yeah, that's definitely not a good culture. Let's talk to that guy and or
Mm-hmm.
person and educate them, please. And so that's why I talk about success, right? Because and why you got the results you did with your burnout and with the multiple sclerosis, because it's all we're doing is removing the blockages, eliminating the barriers, eliminating the damage that's been done, so that then all of a sudden you've got the focus, you've got the energy, you got the bandwidth, right? And you've got your target and you are raring to go, right? That's when success becomes like enjoyable. It's a journey that you're on. And so that's why I talk about success so much. And that's why we're all so needed. Is it's okay to have a financial coach, a business coach. Hey guys, I hear the dogs in the background.
Yeah, she's going.
Right? It's okay to have a health coach. It's more than okay. It's necessary. I've needed my coaches, and I have paid for top of the top of the top, because I wanted like the fastest result possible.
That's
That's
the benefit
okay.
of the live
That's okay.
show.
That is, isn't it?
Yep.
That's the beauty of, right? It's like we literally are in people's like lives, and we get far more than, of a sense of people's personal lives.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy that about live virtual, because right when we're like in person, it's so easy to be, I'm up here and I'm being professional and I need to look the part and I need to sound the part and I need to be right. That's not real life. So yes, absolutely. It's showing people how to use their stress energy, and it really can be your superpower, and allow you to amplify your success in all areas of your life, whatever success looks like. So if you're not at a 10 out of 10 in your career, in your wealth, in your health and energy, your relationships, and that's not just romantic relationships, they're important. How about family relationships? How about work relationships? How about your personal life? In other words, have you sacrificed everything for the almighty dollar or position, but you have no personal life? Right? In other words, it's all about enjoying the journey and the fulfillment of it. Really, I was interviewed recently by Authority Magazine on how I redefine success. And one of the things I talked about in that interview was that we need to shift the paradigm from success is achieving to be worthy, which is what we're all programmed into, to we are already successful, we are already valuable, we are already lovable just by being born. And success is a journey. It's a vehicle. It's a vehicle for our growth, for our expansion into that highest potential of who we can be. That's what success is. And really, truly, success is, when people say they want success, it's the freedom. Freedom to live life on their terms. So you could just as easily say, what does freedom look like in your career? What does freedom look like in your wealth? What does freedom look like in your health and energy, your relationships, your personal life? I'm here in Croatia right now for another few weeks because it was my personal life vision and also career vision, to be able to live and work anywhere in the world while contributing still at the highest level.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that was my vision and why I'm here. And you guys can't see, I've got the beautiful view of the Adriatic Sea right out my window there. And it's just, that's part of my fulfillment. It's part of my success journey and why I'm here.
Yeah, that's incredible.
That's the freedom part of it.
My daughter and son-in-law are doing the same thing. I think they're in Uruguay right now, and they're working their way through the Brazilian continent, and then they're going to be working their way back north through South America. And
Awesome.
right now they're working on a ranch. My daughter is breaking horses on a ranch, and they have a blog, and they have an Instagram channel, and all that good stuff. And they're living life the way they want, very easily, very just with basically the whatever they have in their backpacks. And to me, that's amazing, right? That's what it's like to be stress free and not worry about it and just kind of let go. I mean, I'm sure when they come back, finally sometime later this year, hopefully around the holidays, and we'll get to see them. Then they're going to get back into finding work and living a more consolidated life. But the fact that they're out there grabbing it it's just amazing. And I think in a previous life I probably would have not encouraged that in them. Because my edict was always, what are you talking about? You're both in your 30s. You need to be working. You need to be planning your family. You need to be making money. You need to blah, 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 blah. You need to be doing that. And luckily, they approached us on that after I've already gone through your program and eliminating all that stuff, right? Where it was, hey, that's awesome. I'm so glad you're doing that and supporting them. And it truly is life-changing. So I think
absolutely.
Go on to Dr. Irene's page on her feed. Look her up on LinkedIn. The link is right here in the below to register to attend and to get the recordings. I posted it in the comments. DM me if you want more information. DM Dr. Irene. Make sure you're following her. Make sure you're engaging with her. Connect with her. She provides life-changing coaching. I truly believe that, and I know there are people out there that need it like yesterday. So
millions, billions, really.
Right. This is
billions are in burnout now.
Yep. So this is a great time. So I will see you at the 11 o'clock Central, 12 Eastern, 9. That would be what, 9 a.m. Pacific time, right?
Yes.
Would that be the right thing? So don't ask me what time it is. What time will it be in Croatia?
It'll be 6 p.m.
There you go.
6 p.m. Central European time. There
you go. So yeah, let's get as many people as we can to this, because I think it's going to be very valuable. And wonderfully, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Right. So register and you can attend one or all. And if you miss any, you'll get the recordings.
Awesome. Very good. Well, thank you for
so
being.
Much,
oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for being on. I really do appreciate it. Again, if you're not connected to Dr. Irene, if you're not following her, if you're not engaging with her, she is that one connection that changes lives. And I'm not the only one. If you go to her website, drirenecop.com, you'll see even more stories of lives that she's changed. You are that one connection. You've been that one connection for me. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, Bob.
All right. See you at noon.